Welcome to the Hands of Time 2022 recap. It's your boy Pauly the Bull.
Big John Silva.
And right now we're going to talk about our top and favorite movies of 2022. So, John, I'll let you go first. What you got?
So, I'm going to do my honorable mentions first.
Okay.
I got Black Phone, which I really enjoyed as a horror movie. I thought it was really good. Ethan Hawke did a phenomenal job being as the creeper, being creepy. I think he did a great job with that. And then Black Panther, it didn't make the list for the top 5, but I definitely loved it and I fought with it. And it was one of my favorite superhero movies, probably my second favorite superhero movie of the year.
Okay.
Get a little hint towards my top 5 over there. So in 5th place, I got Terrifier 2. I'm a big horror fan. Paul refused to watch this movie. If you like slasher, gore, horror,
which
phenomenal.
I don't.
But also, it did a great job for the genre by getting so much popularity over a small window of time, being a small budget movie. But I loved it. I love Arthur Crown. To me, he is like our newer generation. Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, as far as using expressions and his method acting to push his horror. But on top of that, he's a silent character, so he don't have any cool witty lines. It's all just facial expressions and movements, which sell it. Then I got Where the Crawl Dad Sings. I thought that was a really good movie. I loved it. I love movies, with those, not, I want to say unexpected endings. You're like, what's gonna happen or how's it work? I thought it was really good. It's something I wish I would have saw in theaters and I didn't. I hear the book's really good, but I watched the movie, so I'm not gonna read the book now. For 3, I got Top Gun Maverick, a movie I did not expect to like. I don't like Top Gun. I like Top Gun a little more now, but I've never been a fan of Top Gun. It seemed like somebody was like, yo, let's get some guys on the beach to play volleyball and occasionally have fighter jets in the sky. I wasn't a fan of Top Gun. But then Top Gun Maverick came out and I saw it and I was like, yo, this movie's fucking good. Like I like literally there's points in the movie where I'm like in the theater like yeah. So I love what they did with that. Tom Cruise did a phenomenal job. The movie itself was dope. I love the way they put it together, and that's my number 3. Number 2, I got The Batman. I really, really enjoyed The Batman. I didn't make the mistake of judging Robert Pattinson because I did make the mistake of judging Heath Ledger, for his Joker. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see what they do, and I actually like it. The parts they took from like Long Halloween and everything like that. Like I like what they did with the movie. I enjoyed it. I'm actually hopeful for a second one. And I'm hoping they do something with those with the characters where they made it seem like the Joker's gonna be in it and everything. Like I hope they build on it, but I really enjoyed The Batman. I thought it was good. And then my number 1 is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I thought this movie was great. I remember making the joke then that later became like memes like that, where it was like it's the proper way to do a multiverse movie. But it was they did a great job with it. Jamie Lee Curtis killed it, and the movie itself was great. I remember I dropped one single thug tear. I was like fighting it, but like the movie itself has a lot to be said with the movie. I think it's definitely a must watch. I don't know if you got a chance to see it.
I have not.
You should watch it. It's a great movie. I've watched it probably like 3 times. I watched it once in the theater, watched it once on digital, and then I watched it when I bought it because the 4K was on sale. Okay. Can never go wrong with a sale.
Right, true.
But those are my top 5.
Okay. Mine is similar, not the same, but like you did mention, I unfortunately did not. I did want to see everything everywhere all at once. Yeah. I did want to see it. They even I think they re-released it. And I think IMAX or whatever, and I just couldn't get a chance to go see it, but I did want to see it. I will see it eventually, but unfortunately I haven't yet. My honorable mention, also The Black Phone and Smile, 2 sci-fi horror kind of movies. This was a pretty good year for that. I know that's more your genre than it is mine, but I actually saw a couple of them this year. Unfortunately, not Terrifier, but sci-fi horror genre had a pretty good run this year. Honorable mention for me also was an animated movie, Turning Red. I don't know if you saw that.
I love Turning Red. It was dope.
Yeah, that was honorable mention for me. It was more for the young ladies, but I did appreciate it too. Shout out to my niece.
That probably got bumped because my daughter watched that 97 times.
Yeah. I think little girls definitely something should watch. Check it out. Good coming of age movie.
That was a good film.
Yeah. See, so that's my honorable mention. And also I had Breaking, John Boyega. It was a small budget movie. I got to see it on the screener. Shout out to AMC for sending some tickets. It was based on a true story. I thought John. It was one of the movies where, like I said, it's my honorable mention. Not because the movie was great or anything like that, but I thought John Boyega did a good job portraying the character and telling the story of this military gentleman who had issues with, the vet and the money and, how they treat, veterans when they come back home and stuff. But it was one of those movies where, he's like the main character and he sells and he runs. So I thought it was one of those, John Boyega stood out as an actor. So I in my honorable mention for that. And also I had my honorable mention, The Batman. Didn't make my top 5. It was close though. But for me, I'm big on storytelling and the finale, sticking the landing. And to me, that third act fell apart. The third act where they tried to make like the January 6th, kind of, internet riot kind of thing. I was like, it felt kind of sloppy, tacked on. I got where they were going. But for the most part, I was with the movie. A lot of people think I was, clown that movie. I was rolling. It was just that third act didn't stick the landing for me. So it was right there. It was 6. It was 5.5, 6. It was right there. I did like it though. I think it dragged on a little bit at times. I think they dragged on his slow walking with the boots. But I was with it. I liked Gotham. Gotham felt more lived in than most other Batman movies. That third act, the finale, Riddler being the smartest man in the movie, but not realizing that he was Bruce Wayne. I was just like, it was right there for me.
You think it's one of those things where like the smartest man misses the obvious thing?
I guess, but.
And those boots are important. They're expensive.
Yeah,
expensive boots.
I just wasn't on board with it. And I watched it again just to make sure, and I was like, yeah, it just didn't do it for me. But that's my honorable mentions. So in my top 5, number 5, I have Top Gun Maverick. Once again, like you said, 30-something-year-old sequel. Wasn't expecting much. I went to see it, and I was like, this is pretty good. And shout out to Tom Cruise. He fought to get it, in theaters. He fought to get his 10% from the box office, but he really felt that it was going to do numbers, and it did because it was a good movie, and the practical work, having his co-stars actually ride in the fighter pilots and do the stunts, like he liked to do stunts, but these were a little more safer because they had people flying for them. But it was a void. We haven't seen too many fighter pilot movies in a long time. True story, not true story like real life, but like a story. It was a true storytelling type of movie, not for CGI and effects and all that other stuff. It was like, this is a story-driven movie. So I respected it for that. Even my mom went to see it. My mom never goes to the movies, but she's a Tom Cruise fan, and she actually went to see it and enjoyed it. So,
nice. Shout out to mom.
Yeah, hi, mom. At number 4, I have Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. My favorite multiverse movie of the year. But again, I have not seen everything, everywhere, always, all around, upside down, up, down, left, right. I haven't seen it yet. But to me, I enjoyed Doctor Strange. I appreciated the story they told, with him coming to grips with, him and his girl couldn't be together, and him coming to terms with himself, always taking the easy route on things and finding alternatives to solving problems. It was Doctor Strange had an arc. He had actually a story arc in it. It felt good to see, Patrick Stewart in there one more time. He got neck broken, but
she didn't break his neck. She actually ripped his jaw.
Oh, she ripped his jaw. That's right. They did say that. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. And that was gonna be my final point. But yeah, Scarlet Witch really, that villain role. A lot of people think, and we even had that conversation about Facebook, but a lot of people feel like, it was a complete 180 from WandaVision. I think she was never the good guy in WandaVision. I think she was evil from jump. It was, I'm sorry, but it was like the Darkhold sent her more down that path, but she did some messed up things in WandaVision, you know what I'm saying? So she went full villain in Multiverse of Madness.
Over kids that didn't exist.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But again, it was, it was the book and everything, but I think just seeing her the villain, and I think, the Illuminati was used to really have some, she had to kill somebody, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, I gotta go. But I think to me, it was they were used properly to really show her evilness. So I appreciated that.
I will say I rewatched it again recently, and it would have actually went a little higher on my list of the 17. Rewatching it again. When I'm bored, I just throw on Marvel movies. Right. They're long, so I can write something, I can do whatever I want to do. So I threw it on, and I was like, no, it's not that bad. Eternals actually got a better boost for me too, though.
Yeah, Eternals kind of went up for me too, but it didn't make my list. But that was last year.
Yeah, that was last year.
But yeah, it still didn't make my list. So now at number 3, I had Nope, which again we was arguing about, is it sci-fi, thriller, horror, psychological, whatever you want to call it. Sci-fi thriller.
More psychological sci-fi.
Yeah.
New genre.
I loved it because I didn't know what was coming. Like, I'm watching the movie and where's it gonna go? What is happening? Like, especially that scene. I mean, spoiler if you haven't seen it yet, whatever. But the scene in the barn.
You better go watch that.
You better have seen it by now. But the scene in the barn.
On Peacock.
The scene in the barn where it was like those aliens. What is that? And I was suspenseful. Like, it was like, what's gonna happen? Like, is he gonna be okay? Like, and I think Jordan Peele did a good job of keeping you. What's happening? You're engaged. You're like, what's gonna happen next? Oh my God, he's gonna die. So throughout the movie. And it has some meanings, some layers to it. We spoke about it. But actually, I don't think we did, review that one. But ask me and I'll explain it later. But I thought it was a deep movie, and I thought it was well done and suspenseful, and maybe not Jordan's best movie, but he's still good. I think they're all great. I don't think he's had a bad one.
Agreed.
At number 2, I have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. It was originally lower on my list. But when I seen it again, sometimes that second viewing, and I don't know, I just got it more, and I still felt it even seeing it the next time around. Originally you see something, you're like, wow, that was deep. But the second time around, I understood some more things. I felt it more. I think just the story they told, Shuri's story arc, I think it was very well done. I think Coogler did a great job of handling some of my reservations going into it. Like, how are they going to make her, the Black Panther? Well, she just did it for revenge. Made sense. But if she drinks the herb, who's she going to see? She can't see, they're going to CGI, Chadwick in it. No, she saw, spoiler alert, Killmonger. I was like, oh, the reason she saw, like, everything they did, everything I had a concern about, they kind of answered. And I think Ryan Coogler did a great job of writing it, having to rewrite the whole thing from the original plan and still get it out. I thought he did a great job with it. And I thought it was something I wouldn't want to see again. And I've seen it a couple times in theaters, and I was like, it's still good on the rewatch. So heavy movie, deep movie, but I definitely appreciated the rewatch of it. But it's number 2. My number 1, similar movie, but The Woman King. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
The Woman King. I seen a grown man shed a thug tear watching The Woman King. I think it's the best depiction of strong women, black women in particular, we've ever seen in a movie.
Really?
Yes.
I watched the movie. I think that's also on Peacock.
Yeah, I think so. And they didn't have to degrade men to make the women look stronger. Like, John Boyega plays the king. He's still the king. He got like 3-4 wives. He come out in robes and stuff. He's still the king. Nice. The woman king is the head of the army, similar to Black Panther's Dora Milaje. But he's the king. But the movie's about the woman king, her to be the leader of the army, and her story and the things she go through. They don't have to downplay men to make the women. So I felt that was good. And people had concerns because, again, it's based on a true tribe, and that tribe was part of the slave trade. But they addressed that in the movie. Again, it's Hollywood. Not everything is accurate to the T of history, but they do address that in the movie. They stopped the slave trade. They say we're better than this. We can do better. Why we put our people in this position? Yeah, duh. I think anybody that had an issue with that, watch the movie, you will see they said, yes, this is wrong. Slavery's wrong. We should stop this. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people didn't want to go see it because of that. But the movie overall, the story overall, I was just like, wow. And like I said, I seen a grown man watch it, be like choked up and say, I gotta take my daughters to see this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was big. You know what I'm saying? So story-wise, very good movie, great depiction. And that's my top 5. I did my honorable mentions ready. Were there any disappointments for the year?
I don't think so. I think at one time I had Nope as a disappointment, but then on the rewatching, I was like, no, it's a good film. We've talked a lot about expectations. My expectations for the film led me down that path where it was like, oh, but then watching it without the expectations taken out, like I already seen it. I'm like, no, this is a good film. I like what they did. I definitely enjoyed it. And I mean, I enjoyed it when it came out. It still definitely would have got like a dope for me or something like that. It wouldn't have got crushed.
Right.
But it wasn't us, and it wasn't,
Right. That's what I said. In comparison to his other movies,
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's still fucking phenomenal.
Right.
And it's not like, to me, unless it's a sequel, to me, movies are not like music. With rappers, I judge you by your last album compared to your first album and your growth. And with movies, it doesn't work the same way.
Right.
So since this universe, from what we know, has nothing to do with each other,
right.
I don't judge them that way. So there's nothing wrong with it not being as good as Get Out, or because they're different kind of movies.
Right.
I do enjoy it though, definitely. And whatever genre you want to consider it, it is one of the better movies of those things. And,
I would say, sorry to cut you off, but compared to Jordan's movies, this is probably one of the most straightforward ones. Like, Get Out was very layered. Us was very layered. This one has layers to it too, but they're kind of all explained. It's you can, when you watch it, you kind of get the answers. It's not as deep as his other movies were. Like obviously Get Out. I've seen so many people do think pieces and stuff on it and say, the metaphors and with Nope, they give you the scene with the monkey to show you like the animals and the spectacle. They kind of answer a lot in it. So that's probably one of the reasons too why originally because even when I first saw it, I was like, it's pretty simple, but after seeing it, I was like, I was
looking for the deeper meaning.
Right, and it's very straightforward.
There wasn't one, but yet there was.
Right.
And it's but it was good. Like, I guess, like I said, he did his job. And even, I could be wrong, but I also believe either he directed or he wrote. He had something to do with Window or whatever. It's the Netflix film with it's basically like it's shot like Nightmare Before Christmas, but that movie that was fucking good.
Yeah. I didn't see that one yet, but
that was done well as well. But Woman King I didn't see, and I wanted to see. You know what didn't disappoint? Actually, was entertaining as much as I made fun of it for the whole year. Beast.
Oh, I just saw that too.
He punches a fucking lion, but it's entertaining.
It's definitely entertaining.
I watched it with the inmates.
Oh, okay.
It was on for movie night.
Right. I watched it last week on my flight, and I was like,
he punched the lion. And my favorite part though is hearing 40 other people say, "Did he just punch a lion?" And I was like, yes. But it was entertaining though.
Yeah, it's not something I would highly recommend, but it's like, if you got some free time, check it out. It's I guess a popcorn movie, I guess.
Speaking of which, on record, he's invited for a date. Cocaine Bear, February 24th.
We may have to watch that and do a grade pending on it.
It's a bear on cocaine based on a true story.
Based on a true story.
What more do you want?
You're right. I'm shocked you didn't mention your beloved dinosaurs.
So I love dinosaurs, but it didn't disappoint or love it. It did exactly what I expected to do.
Okay.
I was like, but it's still budget-wise killing it. You see, as number 2, the world loves dinosaurs, sir. This guy's a Jurassic Park hater.
I'm not a Jurassic Park hater.
Who hates dinosaurs?
I just feel like they didn't know what to do with the movie, like the locusts and the clone chick. Like these are such irrelevant plots. You got dinosaurs running amok in the streets. Let's talk about that.
Why not use the major part?
I feel like the same thing like Transformers. We got 2 robot gangs fighting, but we worried about what this dude is doing with his wife and his girlfriend and his mom's or his daughter. And I don't care about these humans. We got 2 robot gangs fighting. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I felt. The dinosaurs. We got that one scene with the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the whatever I'm bigger than you Rex, and my man just punked him real quick. He's like, you got that. Can we get some more of that? Like, can we see them fight over a cow again? Like, can we get some? You know what I'm saying? Like,
they need to justify the high-paid Chris Pratt and everybody else.
I guess, and the whole cast from all the other movies came back, and like I said, I just thought
a thing now. You bring back the old and
everybody want to be Marvel. Let's just put it out there. Everybody want to be Marvel. But that's our thoughts. That's our group, our top 5, and our honorable mentions.
Watch Terrifier 2, people.
Or not. I mean, if that's your thing, that's not really my thing. But like I said, it was a good year for horror. I think horror had, Halloween. Not Halloween though, but other horror.
I wasn't disappointed.
You wasn't disappointed.
I rewatched it. You seen the review? I rewatched it a few times.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Okay.
It's definitely not my top 5 or my top 10. But
did you hate the second one?
No.
Okay, so I hated the second one.
I didn't mind the evil. I understand what they were trying to do.
Again.
And they were making it more of the
political statement.
They were making Halloween what it was supposed to be originally. It's the town. It's not about Michael Myers. It's about the town.
Right.
So I get it, and I was fine with it.
Okay.
I'm sure if I dig deep, there's probably, but I can't think of anything I saw in the theater. I was like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I saw that I really was like.
I did get scared off by all the, the bad promotion for the movie Amsterdam, because I wanted to watch it.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't watch it because of that. But now it's free on HBO Max, so I'll probably check that out.
Yeah.
But I did want to watch Woman King, but there's certain movies that I'll see in the theater, certain movies I won't see in the theater. That's something I would see in the theater. So I was like, let me see it.
The blue people, Avatar.
Well, I can't say at this point I didn't watch it.
Me neither. No, I haven't.
But I
seen
had
it
no
either.
goals to watch it.
Right. Same.
I don't care.
Cameron's getting his money. We knew that. I still don't care. I'm just not interested. And no one's told me that seen the movie that I really, really, really need.
I was told that visually it's something you should watch.
And I expect it.
Which, I mean, it's. Have you ever seen the movie 10,000 BC?
Yeah.
Visually, it was beautiful to watch, but the movie was terrible.
Right. And I feel like Avatar may not be terrible, but I don't have 4 hours just to watch a basically a 4K demo. Like we've worked in Best Buy. Remember the TVs had the demos on it? That's what it is. I'm not sitting there for 4 hours watching a demo. Like, I'm sorry. I'm good. But like I said, tell us what you think. Comment below. You know, if y'all got some movies we missed. You know, we don't see everything. We see what we like. But hey, it might be some recommendations you got, or you don't agree with our list or whatever, what have you. You know, hey, we here for that. You know,
Otto says we have to watch Triangle of Sadness.
Triangle of Sadness. I don't know. It sounds like I don't want to watch it.
It does, but he's behind it, and I started seeing more people talk about it, and I was like, you know how one person talks about it, so now everybody. Right. So you know the FBI agents at work. So that's another one that apparently we have to watch.
We'll check it out.
No review. I'm just saying we have to watch.
Yeah, we'll check it out. So let us know what you think. We'll be back with another list. All right.